Hey everybody, Rich Norton is here with you on RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. We have done a lot of shows and I am so blessed and so thankful to be able to do all these shows. We've upgraded everything, as you saw. We got music done from my guitar teacher, Bill Ritchie, so a big shout out to him. Big shout out to Mike and Bruce from American Hearts Radio for all they do. Changed a few things, so we've kind of bringing this to a higher level. And when we first started doing this several years ago, here we are, we're well over 100 shows, and it's like, how many topics can we cover? And it's like my mind is just going wild of all the different things that we can cover. And now, you know, we're in a series right now where I'm throwing these shows out called One-on-One Training with Rich Norton, and that's what we're going to be doing today. And we're pretty much close to the end. And again, I don't want to rush through any of that. I want to make sure that we cover everything, and I'll rewatch these things, and I may have to throw in a couple more extra episodes on top of that, because we can never have enough information. And this is my goal with these shows. The goal is to provide a lot of inspiration, lots of motivation, and I love to hear your feedback. I want to know that this is helping you. So when representatives call me up and they say, Rich, man, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for these shows. I watch them over and over again. I wake up in the morning, I'm listening to you. You're in my head right now. So that's great. That's what we want to accomplish. I want to be able to help people, not only with Retriever, but just in life in general. I want to be able to help people, to inspire people, to motivate people, to bring out the best in people. And also in our industry, I believe that if we bring someone into this industry, we have a lot of faith, we have a lot of belief in you. We would not waste your time. We certainly would not waste any of our time. So we are saying to you, we believe in you. We know that you can do this business. Doesn't mean it's easy, but what we're saying is we're going to train you. We're going to provide you with all the resources, all the tools, everything that it's going to take in order for you to succeed. All you have to do is apply yourself. That's the bottom line. Simple as that. No secret formula. Make the decision to apply yourself on a daily basis. Go full time. Don't look back, and just make a commitment, and you will have success. Keep your attitude up, be enthusiastic, always be positive. When you have difficulties in your life or difficulties in this position, just keep marching forward. Every failure is a learning opportunity, so please keep that in mind. So we're going to take a short break. I want to jump into this because this is important. Today we're going to cover a couple things about like understanding merchant statements a little bit more. We'll go as far as we need to go. I might get into a little bit about handling objections, you know, closing. Some of this may be a review. We can never have enough information. So we are doing one-on-one training with Rich Norton. We're going to take a short break, and I will be right back. Hey, it's Rich Norton here with Retriever Merchant Solutions. Thank you for tuning in to all of our shows on RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. I want you to know that we do have great news. This is an update to let you know that we are expanding. We're not content where we're at. We are expanding all around the country. And for me, what I like to do, I like to help people achieve their dreams. And in my heart, I know that the Retriever Merchant Solutions dream is an incredible one. It does not take a lot of experience in sales. The main thing that I'm looking for are people that have desire and determination and are willing to do what it takes to become successful. So if you're that type of person, I know you've been watching the shows, you've been seeing what we're doing, and you're seeing people achieve incredible success. This is an opportunity that you may qualify for. All you have to do is just give me a call at 904-434-4635. You can call me directly. You're going to see the email, so if you like to email or text, either way, as you can probably imagine, we are getting calls like crazy. People all around the country are excited about jumping on board the Retriever Success Training. So if that's you, you want to learn more about it and how you can qualify, give me a call. Once again, 904-434-4635. Have a great day. Okay, my friends, I am right back with you, and we are one-on-one training with Rich Norton. We've done a lot of episodes on this, and I'm very, very grateful for your feedback on this. This is what I've been doing, and I've been doing a lot of training with many representatives, taking them through this one-on-one training course. And what I do is I do FaceTime training. I get 1, 2, 3 people, and we do it early in the morning. A lot of times we do it while I'm driving out in the field, and I take representatives, not rushing them through it, but I take them through every phase, and this is what you're seeing with these shows that we've been doing on RMS Sales Training and Inspiration, and a lot of it has been review. You know, I may kind of repeat some things. That's not an issue. There's nothing wrong with that, because you can never get enough training. So today, I'm going to dive into this. We've covered a little bit of this on one-on-one training, but understanding merchant statements. For example, you walk into a business and we gave you a presentation on how to write a merchant on cash discount. We gave you a presentation on how to write a merchant with traditional processing without looking at a statement. And what we did basically is we broke it down by looking at those, without looking at the statements, on where they're at right now and where they would be with us, just based on showing the merchant statements that we have. Review that, watch those episodes. Very important that you get that down. But how about if a merchant says to you, hey, here's my statement, how much you're going to save me? And you look at it, and maybe you may not be as knowledgeable in reading merchant statements. Maybe you just never got that far. And you look at it and you're like, oh, I really don't know what to do. Let me send this in to my boss, or let me send this into the office. Now, we have a lot of tools. We have the one online where you can make a professional presentation by looking at where they're at and where they would be. You can use that tool. That's very effective. We also have ways that you can just send it to me. I have helped many representatives close merchants just by sending me the statement. And I recommend that you do that, especially when you're first starting out. So if somebody gives you a statement, here's what you do. You look at it, you say, okay, yeah, we're definitely going to help you. Oh, yeah, I see a couple things right now. Now, what I'm going to do, with your permission, is I want to cover everything. I want to make sure we cover every angle right here, but I want to make sure I'm not missing anything at all. So while I'm looking at this, I'm going to take a scan, send it to the pro, and have that person point out a few other things. You mind if I do that? And they're going to say, no, no, please do that. Go right ahead. And do it right there while you're with the merchant, and then call me, or call your trainer, or call whoever you sent that to, and we will break down that statement for you. There has been plenty of times that I have done that, and I walked representatives right through closing the merchant, telling them exactly what to do. So here's what you're going to do when you look at a merchant statement. I want you to get to a point where you can look at a merchant statement and say, okay, yeah, bang, 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 right there. Now, just by pointing these things out, the merchant can say, wow, this representative knows what they're talking about. They are not BSing their way through. They are actually helping me. They have knowledge, which the knowledge brings the confidence in you, which brings the confidence in the merchant. Now, I have done several episodes in the past on how to read and understand merchant statements. You can watch them. We have over 100 shows. Go back to many of the shows and you'll see them right in a row. I think we did like 8 of them. And I break down different merchant statements for you, and you will find that very helpful. Now, if you go to our one-on-one training program, you go to our website, rmssupercrew.com, you go to training materials, you know the password, reach out to me, 904-434-4635. This is exclusively designed for our retriever representatives that are either in training right now or they're retriever representatives right now. So reach out to me. I'll provide that information. You can email me. You always see the email throughout the show. You'll have that also. But I broke down on page 25 understanding merchant statements. And it breaks it down. When it comes to merchant statements, it's not necessarily to break down every merchant statement. It used to be that way when I first started out in the industry. It used to be like, break out the statement. Can't write the merchant without the statement. 90-something% of the businesses I write up right now don't show me a statement at all. It's very rare that I look at a statement now and have to look at the statement in order to write the merchant. However, this is giving you information that most representatives don't have. So we have talked about in the past about showing different types of statements. Now, there is a tiered statement that you might see where you'll see qualified, mid-qualified, non-qualified. We talked about that before. Qualified, present card, debit, credit card without rewards points. Mid-qualified, rewards cards, couple other cards like that. Non-qualified, highest rate, cards keyed in, commercial cards and so forth. You'll see assessments, but what they've done is they broke it down into all the different interchanges and put them into those three categories. When you see a statement like that, you don't necessarily have to break that down. You can tell them, Mr. Merchant or Mrs. Merchant, bottom line is, what is your bottom line? Would you agree with that? Yes, we do, because this is the figure that matters the most. I'm going to tell you right now, you are on what we call the tiered rate. That's the most expensive way of running cards. What we're going to do going forward is we're going to get you off that rate and we're going to break it down and we're going to put you on the wholesale cost plus program. That's going to save a ton of money. For example, you did this amount right here. This was the fee that you paid. Again, this is the bottom line right here. Going forward, let me show you a couple statements, and you're going to have statements in your book or in your iPad or your laptop, whatever you're showing. Again, in the materials there, training materials, you will see a presentation book. You can use that. So you can say, well, I don't have a presentation book. Now you do. Download it, print them out, whatever you need to do. You've got all that in there, statement examples, there and there as well. So now you can show to the merchant, here's a business similar to business like what you're doing right now. Here's what they did. This was what their fee was. And the response that you want to get is, wow, that's way lower than what we're paying. Mission accomplished. You didn't have to break down the whole statement. You just told them you're on the tiered rate, most expensive way of running cards. This is where you'll be right now. Wholesale costs, 0.25%, 8 cents over the cost, however you're doing it. So if you do find a merchant that is on cost plus, now we have flexibility, so please keep that in mind. Typically we may do 0.25%, 8 cents over the interchange. How about if you look at a statement and a merchant, you can see it. Either it's on the first page or it's on the last page. You break it down and you see that they're paying like 1.5% over interchange. Well, you can save them money and go a little bit higher than 0.25%. You're going to save them money. How about if you find a merchant that is doing a ton of volume and they're already at 0.25? Well, you cannot say to them, we're going to lower your rate from 0.25 to 0.25 and we're going to save you a bunch of money. Doesn't add up. The numbers, the numbers don't work there. So you can point out to them, you're at 0.25, going forward, we're going to bring that down to 0.15. So you've got a little bit of flexibility there. We are using that 0.25, 8 cents, perfect guideline for typical businesses to help them save a lot of money. Now what you can do, as you're new, even if you've been around for a while, and you might say, Rich, I really don't understand statements at all. Nobody's really broke them down for me at all. Well, now you can start working on that. If you see a statement and you send it to me or one of the other trainers or one of your other leaders, have a little training class with that and let them point it out as opposed to having them do it. And that's what I do. I say, hey, see this statement right here? Take a look at that. What does that number say? 0.50. They're on cost plus. You see where it says interchange right there? So what is that telling you? They're at 0.50 over cost. There you go. Let's go down to authorization fees. What does that mean? Every time they use a card? Correct. Or transaction fees. What does that say right there? 10 cents. They did 380 something at 10 cents. So what are they at right now? Think about it. Where are they at? They're at 0.50 and 10 cents over interchange. Now they're like, oh, okay, I get it now. All right, so going forward, you're going to bring them at 0.25 and 8 cents. The numbers don't lie. Are we saving them money? Yes, we are. So we pointed that out. Now let's look for some other areas that we can save them money on. And where is that going to be? Look at additional fees. Usually at the bottom of the statement or at the end of the statement. You can point a couple things right out. You can say, all right, here's some garbage fees right here. You've got this monthly fee, that monthly fee, that monthly fee, total fees, $80-something in monthly fees. Now, Mr. or Mrs. Merchant, do you remember when we first started talking, you said they gave you the equipment? Do you see why they gave you the equipment? Your free equipment is costing all this right here at a very high rate. So you can see there's no such thing as free. All right, so we pointed that out right there. So that's what you're looking for when you're looking at statements. You can take those numbers. If they're on cost plus, the number that they're over cost plus, authorization fees, and additional fees. That's what you're looking for when you're looking at the statement. Now here's a latest trend that we see a lot when we see statements. And the trend is interchange plus processing fees. And it's a little bit sneaky and a little bit difficult to try to figure this out. But I am going to give you some knowledge that probably 99% of representatives don't know at all. Now, earlier on previous episodes, we talked about interchange. Everybody knows what interchange is right now if you've been trained, if you've been following along with our one-on-one training programs. Now, one of the things that we talked about was regulated debit. How many of you remember that? Raising your hands. Yes, I do. What is that? What is the rate for regulated debit? I know you're telling me right now. 0.05 plus 22 cents set by the government several years ago. It's called the Durbin Act. 0.05 and 22 cents. Look at the knowledge and look at the information that you have. Now, what you want to do, if you see interchange plus processing fees, look for that rate right there if it's broken down on the statement. Okay? So that's what you want to look for. When you take a look at that, if you see, for example, 0.55 and 32 cents. Now we're going to work some math right now. Now you may have been thinking, well, back in school, you didn't really like math. What did I need? You asked the teacher, what do I need to have this math for? Well, here you go. Here's what's going to help you make a lot of money. So the math was definitely important. You can tell your kids, tell your grandkids about that. Here's an example of why, and you never thought you would need to use it, but here's a prime example that's going to help you in our industry. So you look at that, and it says 0.55 and 32 cents. Does that sound like the regulated debit rate? And the answer to that question is no. So what is that telling you? 0.55, it's supposed to be 0.05. Oh, I see. They are charging 0.50 over cost. And if they're doing that there, guarantee they're doing it everywhere else. Little secret, little thing to find out for you right there, and you can point out to the merchants. Oh, okay, right here. This is supposed to be 0.05. That's the true cost. They have it at 0.55, so you are at 0.50 over the interchange. And I'm glad you guys are saying, oh, this is awesome, this is great, I never knew that, now I can utilize this information that 99% of representatives don't know. So let's go a step further. Transaction fee, it says 32 cents. So what is that telling you? 0.50 and 10 cents over what the interchange is. So now you've got numbers to work with, and you can point out to them, Mr. Merchant, Mrs. Merchant, whoever you're speaking with, you should be on a first name basis at this point. You are currently at 0.50 and you're 10 cents over the interchange, and here's where you start using the phrases that help you close the merchant. Going forward, starting today, from here on in, starting now, you are going to be at 0.25 plus only 8 cents over the interchange. So we cut the processing fee right in half for you. It's like, wow, okay, great. The numbers don't lie. See all this right here? The additional fees? That's currently where you're at right now. We're going to lower this, get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of that. So this is how we break down merchant statements. You are going to find that there's all different types, but once you get to the point where you can understand one and you know what to look for, now you know when a merchant says, here's my statement, how much are you going to save me? Rather than saying, I don't know, you're going to say, oh, great, I'm glad. This is more for your benefit than it is mine. Let me show you exactly what all this junk means right here. Now they're going to have confidence in you because you have confidence in reading the merchant statements. Good, valuable information right here. That's what we're focusing on today. The shows go by fast. I don't like to rush through it. I want to make sure you comprehend everything and you understand everything. I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to get right back and we'll close this up on reading merchant statements. I'll be right back.
Hi, we're Rich and Lee Norton with the Hands and Feet Foundation. Hands and Feet is a wonderful ministry where we serve on the west side of Jacksonville, Florida.
And this is a ministry that's near and dear to our heart. There's so many wonderful things that happen out there. Come to 7478 103rd Street, Jacksonville, Florida, or you can go to handsandfeetfoundation.org, or if you want to go to Facebook, Hands and Feet West Side. Come and see what we do. Check us out if you'd like to give or if you'd like to donate your time, whatever it may be. I mean, we're just loving this ministry. Love for you to be part of it as well.
All right, great to be covering all this information with all of you. I'm hoping that you're finding it very helpful. It is important to get as much knowledge as you possibly can, and I'm giving you information that most representatives that are in this industry don't have at all. And I promise you this, I know there's representatives from other companies that, and they call me up, I'll tell all you guys this, they call, hey, I love what you're doing, but it's great. And I've heard that there are merchant service companies that actually have a classroom training. Welcome to all of you, and they're watching these shows. That's fine. I hope it's helping you. So this is what this is all about. It's primarily for retriever representatives, but I know everybody's jumping on board. So if you want to get with the right team, call me up. We'll see if you qualify, 904-434-4635. So on that note, understanding merchant statements, I hope all that information was very valuable. Keep in mind, breaking everything down, transaction fees, authorization fees, looking for what type of processing they're on, tiered rate, cost plus rate, one flat rate, two flat rates. Just get to know these statements. And especially for those of you that are new and you're learning the business, send them to me, send them to your leaders, have a class, break them down, understand, and you will find when you get a statement, you'll be excited. Someone will send you a statement like what one you reviewed a week before. It's like, oh yeah, I just had one of these the other day. Let me show you what all this is. You get another statement from another, oh yep, I had one of these 2 weeks ago. Let me show you how this works. That is going to bring you a lot of confidence. And I have found some of them are a little bit trickier than others. Some of them are kind of vague. You don't necessarily have to break everything down. you can use the examples of where they would be with us based on the statements showing them. Remember, average ticket makes a difference. We'll get into a little bit more about that. Average ticket certainly makes a difference. How they run their cards, the demographics of the area, what type of cards they're getting, all that plays a big difference in what their overall effective rate is. We'll get into a little bit more of that in one-on-one training. And I know we've covered a lot of that, but again, you can never get enough information. I hope this has been very helpful for all of you. The show goes by fast. Every day is an awesome day. Every day is a gift from God. And what you do with that gift is your gift back to God. Make it a great day. I'll see you next time on RMS Sales Training and Inspiration.